Freddie, my man, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going good, man. It's nice to finally see you.
Same as that, man, same as that. You're probably wondering what the hell this call's about, right? It's just kind of building on that call we had earlier. Me getting a better understanding of where you're at the minute, where you're looking to get to, and most importantly, if I'm going to be able to help you out in this call. Does that
Mm.
sound fair?
Yeah, that sounds fair. Yeah.
Easy, bro, easy. So, I mean, building kind of on that call that we had earlier, you were telling me that you're working as a spark. Don't really enjoy it. You've been doing it for the last 5 years. You want out of it. So, lad, break it down for me. What is going on that you're, looking out of that job, looking to move into the online space?
Yeah, it's just so I guess the money situation. Like I thought I'd be earning good as a Sparky, but then like the amount of labor and stuff that I do, I don't think weighs in with right with the money. Do you get what I mean?
Hmm. Okay, interesting. So, are you kind of saying that you're like the job's labor intensive, but you're not kind of getting rewarded with the money for the amount of labor that you do?
Yeah, I think like the money, not also like the labor, but also like the time, like
Hey.
just the amount I do in general. I'm a hard worker.
Hmm.
I do a lot, and I don't feel like I get paid like I should
Okay.
for it. And I'd like to put my hard working skills towards maybe something else.
Hmm. Okay. Do you mind running me through that a wee bit more? So that just so I can get a better understanding. You were telling me there about the amount of, time, the amount of kind of, labor you're putting into this job. Do you mind kind of, walking me through that a bit more?
Like a walkthrough of my day, sort of.
Well, I mean, yeah, do that, or just kind of explain to me, what sort of hours you're putting in throughout the week. What does a
Mhm.
week, in the trade look like?
So most of the time, I do work like 6 days a week just to get some more money.
Hmm.
So I'll work Saturday, of course, not for as long hours, but I'll still work a few hours Saturday.
Hmm.
Um, the labour, I install data cabinets, which
Nice.
are these massive, well, data cabinets.
Yeah, I think I know what one looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, they can be like the size of like a mini fridge or maybe even like a
Yes.
washing machine
Hmm.
or sometimes a whole room. And they can be put in awkward places, or up in the top of ceilings and stuff like that. It's just a very awkward and heavy thing to lift and manage about. And I'm carrying it up like flights of stairs or whatever like that. That's the labor side of things. And then time, I like to get up early so I can get the jobs done out of the way and I can get more jobs done in the day, so more data cabinets.
Right.
So I wake up around 5. I leave around 6, get to where I need to be at 7, and yeah, I'm just trying to be as quick as I can to install these cabinets, basically, bro. And sometimes I can get home at like 6 or 7.
Fuck.
It's a lot. It's a lot of rushing about.
Hmm. So you're working a lot of hours then. You're
Mm,
working from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening. Some days.
yeah.
Right. And like, why do you kind of see that as a problem? The time that you're working in this job, why is that like a problem for you? Why do you want to change that?
Well, I just feel like, I'd like to come home early one day and have like I guess I'm just in time for dinner, but I'd like to sort of sit down and relax before dinner, you know what I mean, with my family, I guess.
Yes.
And I'm
Yes.
working extra hours, which I could say no to, but I'm addicted to making more money.
Mhm.
So then we can go out on a nicer holiday and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Right. I think I get it, Freddie, right? Based on what you're saying, you work sort of more hours sometimes so that you can provide more money, right? but
Yeah.
then you having to work more hours sacrifices your own sort of precious time for yourself and for your family. Is that kind
Yes.
of it?
Yeah, it's like a vicious cycle.
Okay. What do you mean a vicious cycle?
Well, like I'm working more hours for my family, but yet I'm working more hours and I can't be with my family.
Hmm.
So less time with my family, more hours, but then I can do more things with my family, more, you know what I mean?
Hmm. So let me get this straight then. In terms of what you want to change about your job, right? Is it the time, maybe the money, the labor, or is it actually being in this vicious cycle, as you told me?
I guess the vicious cycle, yeah. I guess that definitely comes, yeah. I never really thought of it like that being a problem, but I guess that is another problem.
Hmm.
It is a vicious cycle, yeah.
So you're telling me about all these problems then? The money, the time that you're putting into this job, the labor, as well as just being in this vicious cycle. I mean, Freddie, my sort of real question for you is why not, maybe jump into a job that doesn't have all these problems, better money, less sort of time dedicated to the job. Why don't you just go in and do something like that?
Oh, I do actually enjoy like what I do. It's just like the time and the money that comes with it, I just don't like. And the cycle.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I do enjoy being a Sparky and I don't really want to do anything else. But,
Hmm.
that time and that money just isn't really good for it.
Right. In terms of you saying, right, you don't really want to do anything else, is that just because, for example, that you enjoy being a Sparky, or is it just because like being a Sparky is kind of the only option?
Yeah, being a Sparky is all that I know.
Mm. So would you say that's the main reason as to why you maybe can't, not that you can't,
Mm.
but that you can't really change jobs right now because being a Sparky is kind of all that you know?
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout.
Mm. So, Freddie, I mean, just so we're kind of on the same page then, right? You're in a job, right? That Sparky job, in a cycle that you don't enjoy. But you also don't really have any other options right now because being a Sparky is the only thing that you really know that you really enjoy, right? I mean, bro, how would you kind of best describe your situation right now?
I'm just a little bit stuck, to be honest.
A little bit, bro. You don't
Well,
sound very sure about
I am just stuck. I just have a bad. I just find it hard to admit it. That's all.
that.
I am.
Okay. Well, I mean, now that you have admitted it, Freddie, right? You are stuck in this position, as you just said. What do you feel like being stuck? What sort of problems do you feel like that's causing for you?
Not good ones, I can't spend time with my family, like I said, and I don't know where I'm going in my life.
Mm,
Sort of, I'm a bit lost. I don't want this to be forever. I
okay.
feel like I'm chasing for something, maybe like a promotion that I might just not ever get.
Mm. So would I be right in saying that you're chasing something that mightn't even happen?
Yeah,
Mm. And that hope of something better happening, would that be kind of keeping you in this position right now?
definitely, definitely.
Mm. So like Freddie, right? What do you feel like, right? This sense of being stuck. When did it sort of first come to light for you? Obviously, you've been in this job for the last 5 years. When did you sort of first realize that you are kind of, stuck in this vicious cycle, as you called it?
I guess about 10 months ago.
Fuck. 10 months?
Yeah, and I just had the idea that maybe I will get that promotion that I thought about.
Mm. So like 10 months ago then, right? Like, was there something that specifically happened, for it to kind of surface that realization that you are stuck? Or was it just a buildup of all these problems over the last 5 years that made you kind of realize that you are stuck in this situation?
Build up of all these problems.
Mm, okay. And was that because the problems were just getting worse and worse and just building up?
Yeah, I think I just lost less and less hope that I would get a promotion as well.
Mm, okay.
So I just felt like it was going to be all for nothing, me working hard and everything.
Mm, so that's what's really tr like the problems were building up, but that was like the trigger point for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And from that point, then 10 months ago, whenever it really surfaced, up until now, do you feel like that sense of being stuck has got better, has improved? These problems that you talked about, have they improved?
Mm,
Or do you feel like the problems have only built up even more and being stuck in this vicious cycle has got worse?
gotten way worse.
Okay, everyone, like, what do you sort of mean by it's got worse?
Like I'm still in the same position.
Hmm.
Like it's just like me realizing that I'm just not getting that promotion just more and more and more. And I'm
Hmm.
doing this all basically for nothing. I
Hmm.
feel like I know I'm doing it for money, but I just feel like I won't be getting more out of it. More
Hmm.
time with the family, more money.
So, Freddie, if you're feeling like this, the problems are only building up. The family, the money, everything that you just told me about, right?
Mm,
Let's say we stay stuck in this cycle
right.
for another 10 months, 20 months, 30 months, years down the line. What do you feel like these problems are going to look like then?
If I stay in the same position,
Yeah.
I'll be like still in this same like sort of hamster wheel of
Hmm.
just it keep repeating. I'll just be living the same day. It
Hmm.
won't get worse. Well, it will get worse because it stayed the same,
Yes.
and I'll just be losing more time. Just constantly waiting for something that might not even come.
And Freddie, is that something that, I mean, we're willing to settle for going forward?
No, no,
I
I don't
mean,
want.
why not though? Why not just, continue? You said the problems mightn't get worse. You know, for all you know, they could get better, no?
They could, but I think it still wouldn't be enough for the amount of hard work that I've done. I imagine if
Mhm.
it's just like a pound or like £10. Like I feel like even if it was 10 extra pound, it wouldn't be enough.
Right.
Like I wanna be rewarded with a big sum of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
That
sure.
might sound greedy, but I just want that.
So, I mean, if that's what you want, right? What do you feel like needs to happen today so that we can try and get you, that goal, as opposed to you being stuck in this situation and allowing the problems to get worse?
I think I need to do something about today.
You
And
think?
instead of waiting, I need to instead of waiting, I need to like take action.
Hmm.
I don't need to wait for it. I need to go to it.
Hmm. I mean, one word that you used there, you just told me that you think that that's what needs to happen.
Mm.
Is that you think, or
Well, yeah, I believe that's the direction I need to go. The only reason I say I think is like just because it's new, that's all. But
mm,
I definitely know I need to do something.
mm,
But I think this is the right direction. You know?
okay. Let me kind of rephrase that for you then, Freddie.
Mm.
Do you think that staying in this position
Oh,
is going to be good, or do you know that staying in
I
this position is going to end up worse than it already is?
I know it's going to end up worse than it already is. I know. My
Easy, bro.
apologies.
Easy, bro.